This is One on One. We're pleased to welcome Claire Mitchell, director of VaynerSmart, which is?
Well, we often talk about VaynerMedia as an agency built for the now, and VaynerSmart is the emerging technologies group that's looking a couple steps ahead where consumer attention is shifting, how consumer behavior is shifting in the current and upcoming time period.
Okay, so by the way, there's a little bit of a break in the Voice Summit. There are about 2,500 people. They're not even floating around here. They're in a major conference area where keynote speeches, panel discussions are taking place. Are you participating directly?
I'm not, just attending.
Well, not just attending, you're also
Absorbing.
meeting. Yeah. Why do you think so many people have come here to NGIT to the Voice Summit?
I think there's a lot of excitement about the opportunity in voice. We've, for decades, been increasingly absorbed into screens, and right now we're at the pinnacle moment where we can start getting away from that and designing new ways of interacting with digital information, and that's really powerful for convenience, for speed, for immediacy, and for new ways of communicating.
How many people do you think are using voice right now?
At this very moment?
Yeah.
Hard to say, but a few statistics that are thrown around from
Throw them
third-party
out. Let's go.
survey data. The platforms themselves don't often give it out, but we do know
Proprietary
that,
information.
Exactly. We expect that by 2020, 30% of all browsing sessions, web browsing sessions, will occur through voice. 50% of all search will be performed by voice by 2020, and that's pretty extraordinary.
Why do you think it's expanding so quickly?
Convenience. People are getting time back into their lives. It's so much easier to have a thought, an idea, a desire, and speak it and receive the information that you need rather than getting out a screen and
I know this sounds, sorry for interrupting, I know this sounds very old school, but a friend of mine happens to be an attorney. He was talking into his phone. He was sending text messages by voice. And I know what he was doing because I've obviously seen it before. And I said, what are you doing? He goes, it's very quick.
It is.
It didn't register for me.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, is there a psychological and emotional thing we have to go through? I don't want to make this overly analytical, but to go from, no, I need to send you this, Claire.
Yeah.
I need to text this to you. Or my wife, if I'm sending her something by voice.
Absolutely. I think as technology changes, there's a moment of sort of tension where users need to know what's possible and know that something's not going to break when they try it. Right now, even text, trying to vocalize your text, there's sometimes challenges in that. There's misinterpretations. But
There can be
it's getting better.
misinterpretations.
Exactly.
When you're
well, that's true too.
manually doing it.
Right. Automated.
Right.
Corrections, spelling corrections. But as the capabilities increase, the functionality gets better, automated speech recognition is improved, our behaviors change as well, and we get used to it, and we know that it's not going to break if we try it.
You know what's interesting, Gary Vee, by the way, if you want to check out our website, steveautobato.org, which our team will put up right now, check out several of the interviews we've done with Gary Vee. Tell everyone who Gary Vee is. Powerful stuff. Tell everyone who Gary is.
Incredibly charismatic entrepreneur who started out growing his family's business and has ultimately grown 800-person agency that's international at this point.
And you're part of that team.
I am. I feel extremely fortunate. It's a very energetic place to be.
What do you think Gary and those who work with him, what do you think you see that some of the rest of us don't? And is that what you're trying to do a lot, which is figure out what do people want and or need? Match it up.
In terms of like opportunities for brands and marketers?
Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah, well, on voice platforms in particular, I think brands and marketers are going to increasingly need to become more like product designers than advertisers. So
Product designers.
Exactly. So cultivating value, creating a long-lasting experience that isn't just an ad campaign, but actually provides utility on an ongoing basis.
So it's not simply transactional, it's more transformational?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a good way of thinking about it. When when we tell clients how they might approach voice, we often say, start with something that you're already an expert in. What value can you provide your customer, whether it's utility, entertainment, or instructional? There's got to be a reason for people to use your experience and to want to reach out.
How'd you get into this?
I have a long and windy path. Started out in visual effects production.
Visual effects production.
Yeah, creative development side, so helping come up with the ideas and execute them. And then went back to grad school for design and technology, got into product design for IoT systems, and now I'm with VaynerMedia.
How fascinating exists to you right now at this moment in this industry?
I think the most fascinating thing is to see the energy around it and to come to conferences like this and see how much people want to learn and absorb and contribute and transform the next couple of stages.
It's an exciting time.
Really exciting.
Do us a favor and give our best to Gary Vee. Tell him to come back.
Will do.
Claire Mitchell is, in fact, the director of Vayner Smart. I want to thank you.
Thank you so much.
All the best.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this special edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato at NJIT has been provided by RWJ Barnabas Health, PSE&G, TD Bank, Verizon, the Northward Center, United Airlines, and by the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.